Hey, what's up guys, Bryce here, and we're back at it again for another video, and in this video we have a hot lap guide of Detroit Belle Isle. This is a American track, and man, it is a very unique track, and it's actually my first time driving it, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've picked up the lines decently quickly. There's a lot of time to be had on this track. Really, the best advice I kind of give is to just get as close as you can to the walls without actually hitting them, just so you can get the best entry and exits out of the corners. So without further ado, let's get right into the quick guide and then a in-depth guide right after. It's a decently mid-range type lap with in the 120s area, in the low 120s, but going into turn 1 and turn 2, it's a right-left flick, and then you're going to be basically trying to get as close as you can to that wall, because you're going to have to be on the gas as soon as you can. Going down to turn 3, very hard braking point right here, and we're going to be taking a very early apex there, because there's really no point of getting late apex. And then we have a right-hander, bringing the car back to the right, braking down. You can go out into first gear if you need, clipping this inside curb, then back to the left, and then this is going to set ourselves up for this back straight here. If you're running with warmer conditions, that right-hander is super tricky to just stay on the inside. You'll find that the car will drift out wide very easily. Setting ourselves up for this right-hander, we're going to be trying to brake in a straight line, car on the left, bring it to the right, clipping this inside curb here, and then we have a slightly cambered left-hander. We can stay on the inside there, and in my opinion, the hardest corner on the whole track, we have a double left-hander down into a hairpin. Very fun, but it's just so tricky to get it right, and some curbs you kind of want to avoid, like right there, that really can slow you down because the car will just be bouncing all over the place. Dab on the brakes here for this right-hander, just kiss that curb on the inside, and same thing here. And you can carry a lot of speed through here, but again, you need to be careful because one little mistake and you know your lap is pretty much done. Very fun track though, I do have to say. I do enjoy it a lot. And that is a lap. Now I'm be showing you an in-depth guide, just going over the braking points and what I like to do to get quick lap times around here. So going down to turn 1, I'm braking at the 300 meter board. This is where I feel the most comfortable braking. What I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to get a good exit out of turn 2. So really the first corner is to set yourself up. So if you look here and we slow this down, I'm on the brakes, I'm chill braking a whole lot. You can see I'm still on the brakes, still on the brakes, still on the brakes, I'm off the brakes, on the gas, middle of the track, and then I flick it to the left. And be careful with this curb on the inside. I rode it a little bit there, but just be mindful that you want to keep the car on the track as much as you can. And it's really just about getting a late apex, and you will carry all that speed down to turn 3, which is another really important corner. Braking in between the 400 and the 300 is what I find to be best. I'm running quite low brake bias, but we're going to be braking here, and I take quite an early apex here because the next corner is right up the road, so there's really no point in taking a late apex here. Obviously, don't fully take an early apex, but just attack this corner. Be careful of that curb; it can unsettle the car, and I think the fastest way is just not going on the curb because the car is going to be in the air. And with this way, you can just keep all 4 tires on the ground. Use the outside curb. Be careful with the grass here on the left. In races, there really is no need to be that close, but in qualifying, you really want to. Late apex there because you want to carry a lot of speed through here. Bring the car to the right, and for this left-hander, once your car passes the Firestone, I turn in. Watch the curb on the inside; that can really unsettle the car. Once the auto builder banners on the right start, that's where I turn in, and I'm really aiming for this inside curb. You can get a little bit of a later apex, and I straight line the exit and let the car go all the way out wide. Tap the wall just a slight bit there. You do not want to do that because that's obviously going to slow you down. Back straight here very quickly. Can be an overtaking opportunity, but it's dangerous because this braking zone is basically a turn. So I go all the way to the right, go back to the left so that I can brake in a straight line. There's a little gap in the wall. I brake right before the billboard on the top, but there's a little gap in the wall. I try to turn in at that gap and try to get a late apex. If you're running lower brake bias, the rear will be very, very oversteery here. Right when I pass that gap, I turn in, clip this inside curb here, and you can let the car drift out to this wall. Again, don't touch that wall. This corner is super critical to stay on the right as far as you can. I'm super close to that right wall so that I can get a better line into this left-hander. And I'm basically in there, in that little sewage area there, and trying to stay as close as I can to the walls. Double apex, stay close to the first one. I like to drift out sort of middle of the track so that I can come back. There's a few different lines you can take there. You can be tighter, wider. Going down into this hairpin, it's so slow that it's really, you need to take kind of a neutral apex. Too late of an apex, you'll lose speed. Too early, you won't be able to get on the gas. So I'm trying to get a neutral apex there. And then for this right-hander at the 300 meter board, just a little touch of the brakes and shift down into second to get that extra rotation, kissing the inside curb and on the gas, but then shortly off the gas and back on it once more. And then that is the last corner, because this corner is pretty much flat out. Just take this flat out to the line, and that is a lap of Belle Isle. What a lap. Made many mistakes here. Hopefully that did help you guys in terms of braking points and the line that I take. It has a really nice flow to it, but again, one little mistake will cost you. You need maximum concentration, and very difficult. I cannot wait to race here tomorrow. Be sure to check that out. I will be streaming soon. I'm very excited to start streaming other games on my Twitch, but I'm gonna start streaming races soon. Just kind of have to get everything situated. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.